So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a pie crust, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the pie crust out of crushed Oreos, which I have 1 1/4 of a cup right there, and I also have 1/4 of a cup butter. Now the butter needs to be melted to do this, so I need to skip to the next step and melt the butter, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I've decided that I was going to cook 2 pies, and what I'm going to do is I realized that the recipe for the Oreo pie crust, which is crunched up Oreos. You could do this at home. If you want to eat all the middles, you can do that. Crush up the Oreos. Get yourself 1 1/4 cup of Oreos. And then you have Honey Maid, which is also another great crumb. And that's as well crushed up just the way I bought it. And normally I do my own, I crush my own, and I do my own, but I was kind of pressed for time, and I wanted to try this. I wanted to actually combine the two and make it one pie crust with the 2 different flavors to see how it would go. So I'm going to skip ahead to the next step, which is I have the 2 different 1/4 of a cup of melted butter. So I'm just going to do that and fast forward. So I'm going to put the butter in the microwave and heat it up and show you what that looks like once it's heated. So what I'm going to do now is that I have my melted butter, which I have with the 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to put it into the crumbs, and then I'm going to mix it up. And once it mixes up, we're going to put it into the pie plate, which is 9 inches. For this amount, you'll need 9-inch pie plate. So I'm just going to fast forward to where this is where it's mixed in together, and show you what it looks like. So now that we have the melted butter, what we're going to do is we're going to put in the Oreo crumbs into the melted butter, and then we're going to mix it up and make it the yummy pie crust it's going to be. So I'm using a spoon, and we want to mix it up thoroughly for it all gets a little bit of that wetness from the butter. So I'm just going to fast forward until I have it mixed up and show you what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I have the pie crust mixed in with the butter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do half of the recipe is going to be for one side, and the other half is going to be for the other side. But what I'm going to do is make 2 different pie crusts. So when I do this, I'm actually making half Oreo and half Honey Maid. So the pie is going to have 2 different halves, because some people don't like one of the flavors and some people like the other flavor. So I'm just going to press that down, do the side walls to give it that pie crust on the side, and then I'm going to press it down and continue with the other side. So I'm just going to fast forward and show you what it's going to look like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my Honey Maid, and I'm going to put my Honey Maid on this side. So it's kind of like the yin and yang of pie. So I'm just going to pat this down, get it ready, and I will fast forward and show you what it looks like.